Good day, welcome, and from wherever you are watching, we want you to relax and be inspired with this session today. What we will be showing today is how to use gold leaf with a clear glaze. And what you will need for this session is the following: some gold leaf sheets, some choco paint clear glaze, some artist brushes, and even a Hamilton's enzyme brush or a nice soft paint brush, some paint, choco paint in the color of your choice, an empty jar, and then whatever else you need to make sure that it's just beautiful. A sponge, and then some antique brown glaze maybe if you want to create an antique finish. We will also be showing that, and some matte black to color your antique brown glaze. What we have done already is we have cleaned our furniture piece properly with some lacquer thinners, allowed for the thinners to dry and cure for 40 minutes, and then we use the colors thjoko, here it is, as well as matte black to paint our surface. Next, we are going to show how to apply the gold leaf with the clear glaze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my soft paint brush, dip it in my clear glaze, remove any excess moisture. So the clear glaze is actually a product that we use to make a surface that has been painted with choco paint, water and UV resistant and more stain resistant. Choco has a built-in sealer, so if you like the matte finish, you can leave it as is. If you are painting something, kitchens, bathrooms, outdoors, or something like a tabletop or a bed pedestal top, I would recommend to use the clear glaze just to make it more stain resistant. So once I have dipped my paintbrush in the clear glaze and removed the excess moisture, I am going for this technique. I don't want a solid gold leaf pattern on my surface. I actually want something that looks more worn and used. So I'm simply going to dab my glaze, small sections at a time, very randomly, on my surface. So it's not perfect and there's not glaze sitting everywhere. So there are spots without glaze, not a large section, small sections at a time. Then I take my gold leaf sheet, and I just put it down with an artist brush over the areas where I have applied my glaze. So I use my artist brush to dab onto the gold leaf, to make sure it adheres to the surface. All the loose bits and pieces I can use again. Next, we will be zooming in so that you can see exactly what is done. And I'm just finishing off the last bit in the corner over there. I'm working at a very delicate angle for you to be able to see what I'm doing. So whenever I dab with my paintbrush and I dab hard onto the gold leaf, it actually already creates this worn look. So I don't want a perfect look. I want to have something that looks more used, old, vintage, and I just love this. I'm not done though, because we are going to make use of a Scotch pad. This is like the coarse side of a kitchen sponge, and just make sure that we sand a bit to create even more texture as well as a worn finish. Before I'm going to start with the sanding though, I am going to allow for the glaze just to set and dry for more or less half an hour. And while we wait, let's continue with something different. So over here, I have a candle holder and it has nice texture on it. And I'm going to do exactly what I have done on this drawer. The only difference is we have texture on this surface, and I want to show you how beautifully the gold leaf with a clear glaze works on a textured surface. So here I want a more of a solid gold leaf work. I'm going to first paint with an artist brush some glaze onto my surface. Just small sections at a time. Make sure I reach all the crevices and grooves. Next, I'll use a gold leaf sheet. Put it over my surface where I have applied the clear glaze. And very gently, with my artist brush, just push in all the grooves and crevices. Due to the detail and the delicateness of the gold leaf, there will be areas where the page tears off, but there you can just simply paint some glaze on and reapply some gold leaf over those areas. But just gentle work. As I'm almost done, I will just now leave this to dry for 20 to 30 minutes. Something that I'm also busy doing as I'm applying my gold leaf, I'm also painting some clear glaze all the time on top of the gold leaf, just for extra protection. And then I'll show you, once this is dry, what will happen next. I'll say my candle holder is complete. I'll let this now to dry, and while it's drying, I'm going to use my Scotch pad to sand and distress more to get more of an uneven gold leaf effect. Remember, this is completely up to you, and you do whatever you like to do. I'm just sharing inspiration and ideas. So I'm sanding lightly, very lightly, just to create more uneven areas. and this also creates more texture. While I'm sanding, I'm also getting rid of all the loose bits that didn't adhere to the surface. Gently, softly. I am just loving this, absolutely beautiful. Once you got rid of all the unwanted dust, I am dipping my sponge in water. It can be a normal kitchen sponge. I'm squeezing to remove any excess moisture. Next, I apply a very small amount of my thjoko color, and I'm using thjoko on my sponge. Make sure it's evenly distributed everywhere, and I just want the one section, one half of the sponge to be filled with some paint, but evenly. Then very lightly I'm going to dab where the gold leaf and the paint meet each other, just to create an even flow of colors and almost like a blending of the two colors together. So there's a gradual transition from gold leaf to a paint color. I'm now going to be playful. Also on our YouTube channel is a video that shows the antique glaze application. I have poured some antique brown glaze after I've mixed it well into a glass jar. Just a small amount, we are going to need so little. Just for extra drama, I'm adding some matte black. You can also mix in some sheriff stone, and I'm also adding just a drop of water. The glazes are concentrated products, so what the water does, it just prolongs the drying time. I mix well. Now with an artist brush, I'm going to paint small sections of the glaze onto my gold leaf surface. It immediately sits in all the grooves and crevices. Okay, now that I am done, I am going to let it dry. Whatever excess glaze I wanted to remove, I just used my sponge and wiped away gently to make sure that the distribution was even and beautifully. We will share some close-ups and then a message to all the mothers out there. Have the most amazing Mother's Day. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for all the inspiration you share. Thank you for bringing us up and making us into the humans we are. We are asking all of you if you do something for your mother during Mother's Day to share it with us, and together with Hamilton's we are giving away a beautiful hamper. Send it to us on our main Facebook page and stand a chance to win. Love you all. Be blessed.